So tonight I get to talk about digital identity, and there are several questions that I'm going to be answering. And the first of which is, how is your digital identity different from your real world self, and how is it the same? It seems as though I have a multiple personality disorder. Thinking in terms of my digital identity, I've realized that I have multiple identities. I have a work persona and a dream career persona, and I have a social persona. I have a Facebook account, two of them actually. I have a Twitter account, a LinkedIn account, Instagram, and several WordPress sites. I'm sure I have other accounts too, but I've forgotten because there are just too many social media outlets these days. So initially, I started these accounts to stay connected with friends that I was not able to see physically on a regular basis. Then as time went on, I grew to really enjoy the social media world. I would post something witty just to see how many likes I could get. It seemed as though I were a different person on each of my sites. As the years flew by, I realized that I needed the affirmations my virtual friends were sending me. The social media personality is not me at all. While I enjoy close relationships that I have with my real friends, I sought those affirmations from acquaintances. In real life, I don't seek attention and found myself craving the attention that I was receiving on Facebook. So the next question that I'll address is, how does technology enable you to more fully express a specific dimension of your identity? For me, technology enables me to express different dimensions of my identity by allowing me a bit of distance from the situation. I can take that distance and delve deeper into the responses I might want to get from a specific post. Over the last 15 months, I've distanced myself from social media to a large degree, and I'm not regularly engaged in rapid-fire versions of social media. I am, however, connected to and owner of a number of WordPress sites that are allowing me to develop or express a new identity as a future author. I'm learning who I am as this new person, and I'm carefully crafting my author identity online. Because I have these sites set to private at this time, I'm able to experiment with the type of face I want to put forward to prospective readers. If I didn't have these sites, I wouldn't be learning or experimenting with what I want my future digital identity to be when I begin to share my work publicly. So next, I'm asked, how does technology govern, influence, or shape your identity? Well, I readily admit that I'm governed or perhaps even controlled by my phone, my digital calendar, the emails I receive, and other forms of technology that I use regularly. I'm influenced by what I read and by the authors I follow on Twitter. Their posts intrigue and entertain me, and perhaps also influence the way I attempt to craft and shape my future digital identity. I watch what my favorite authors post and am thinking about the types of tweets I might send if and when I publish my first novel. So next I am answering how my digital identity is a product of the social and technological context in which I live. So my digital identity is driven by the social and technological circumstances of the world in which I live. I use the apps that I hear about in my daily life. I log into Facebook when I hear that someone posted a great picture, and then I peruse perhaps for far longer than I care to admit. I have near immediate access to virtually any social media tool, and I use them regularly, as do all of the people that I work with and that I live around. So, and the next question is, how is my personal identity like a performance? It's a song and dance, and I perform that song and dance by seeking attention from my posts. I look for and look forward to responses from my friends and acquaintances. I know that the things I post are being judged by those who view my posts, and very frequently I filter my posts to entertain my audience. And next I'm asked how my behavior is different when I know it's public. So most of my digital identity is public. And I think my behavior is probably more outlandish and more like a performance than what I do when I'm in a face-to-face setting. I'm more reserved in person, but the public digital identity provides me with the confidence to be bolder or more outspoken than I might be in a conversational setting. And next, I'll address how my digital identity affects the sense of who I am as a person. So I think that my digital identity is a blessing and a curse. I'm not really an attention seeker when I'm in private, but I seem to be when I'm in the digital world. I feel connected and disconnected at the same time. I feel manic and extremely excited when I have a post that receives a lot of likes or a lot of reactions. And then sometimes I can feel withdrawn when I feel as though no one's listening. After 15 months of decreased social media usage, I feel more connected to real people, my husband, and myself. I don't really intend to ramp up my social media presence, but when I decide to post more frequently, I will craft my identity to be witty and engaging because, like Brad Paisley says, I'm so much cooler online.